Welcome everybody to Uplift with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany Garvin, and we're here today to talk about being comfortable in your own skin. And I know that's something that most of us can, benefit from, that kind of conversation. So that's what we're doing today. Just to review, my new book is up and available on Amazon, both versions, the print and the Kindle. So it's The Alchemy of Becoming: Muscle Testing for Self-Discovery. And it's my favorite book so far. So go get it. It's on sale right now. I have got this great topic today, the being comfortable in our own skin. It's something that, well, it usually goes like this. When I struggle with something, then you guys get to hear about it. And so it's all real. I have not mastered this, but it's something that I've been focusing on and trying to understand where I am with it and be able to turn that into pieces that I can share and hopefully help you. The thing that I want to start with, though, is reviewing last week. And the topic was getting into alignment with our lives. And we went through a cool exercise, an alignment exercise. And I'm hoping that you didn't just work on it during the class, that maybe you thought about it a little bit over the week, or maybe you had some new insights. So I'd love to take any comments or questions that have come up since you've been working on getting everything into alignment.
For me, I think what I realized is the bad habits I'm trying to overcome they're so, it's like a reward in my brain that now I did this, now I get to do this. But this is a bad habit that I want to get rid of, because I tend to go to YouTube or to a crossword puzzle or on my phone or something like that. And it's time wasting. And I don't want to do that, but it's like my brain is like, ooh, now I get to do this. So I've got to change, I've got to find new rewards.
Oh, that's a great insight.
Something that I like better, and then train my brain to want to do that instead.
Yes, yes. So have you had any insights about what that might be?
Depends on the time of day. But yeah, I'm out of the habit of playing the piano. So I need to get back in the habit of playing the piano every day.
Yes.
But it can't be at night because we have little kids sleeping in this house.
Yep.
So yeah, that's one of them.
I love it. Yes, yes.
Reading a good book.
Say that again.
Reading a good book.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Who else? Thanks for sharing, Cindy.
Okay, well, I just want to say that, I do that too, Cindy, so now I have something else to work on.
Well, maybe you don't do it as much as I do. So it's for you, it's just.
Oh, I don't know. I like reward myself a lot with playing games or something like that. Laura and my sister and I were talking about it the other day. I told Tiffany this, and I was like, the insight of seek ye first the kingdom of God. And because I've been, like, I want to be in alignment with that. And Laura says, I was looking around my house and I thought, I am not a very good steward of my house. Why would he give me more? And
last night, I was playing a game and listening to an old general conference talk for our church. And Dallin H. Oaks was giving this talk, and he started talking about people spending too much time online doing things that don't really matter. And so I turned off the game and went to bed.
Good job.
Yeah, good job. Right.
It's a good reminder. Like, oh yeah, I don't want to do this.
I love it.
But I forget that I don't want to do this sometimes because my brain thinks it wants to.
Right.
Yes. Find new reward.
Yeah. I need to write that down big time. Huge.
Okay. Yeah, let us know how it goes. next week when we get back together. Maybe accountability will help that too, right?
That's true. We can check on each other, Sarah.
Perfect.
Yes, let's totally do that. It's like, what did you do with your time today? It's like, oh, well, I was doing this, but now I'll stop and go do something else.
I love it. Getting into alignment. It's a process, right? It's a process. It's not an easy, quick, done. It's
Bad
something that,
habits are hard to break.
yeah. And
Good
Yeah.
habits can be hard to break, but they seem to go away a whole lot easier than bad habits.
good. I love it. All right. So I was doing some looking to see what it means to be comfortable in our own skin. And it seems like this topic is going to help some of the things that we've been talking about, I think. There was a definition, said relaxed and confident in one's manner of presenting oneself and interacting with others, conveying the impression that one has a clear, satisfying understanding of one's own abilities and situation. Well, that sounded really fancy, and I don't know that I could relate to that.
Terminology.
Right? So I looked up the reverse. What does it feel like to not be comfortable in your skin? And this one got me. Not feeling comfortable in one's own skin means not accepting who you truly are, seeing your strengths and weaknesses, but learning to embrace them and work on personal growth as needed. So that felt like it spoke my language a little bit more. That awareness, especially I think because I think it's easier to see the weaknesses than the strengths. It's harder to look at ourselves objectively and say, oh, I have all these strengths, but I have some of these weaknesses too. And yeah, I should probably work on those. Well, that's a healthy way to approach it, but I don't know that we're out there. So I think that the reverse, what it means to be uncomfortable in our own skin can really be picked apart and help us identify how to approach getting to be comfortable in our own skin. As we look at what it means to us, because it's a personal thing, whether we are comfortable in our own skin or not, and what that feels like, what we perceive as that reality and our perspective as we go through those filters of being uncomfortable and what that makes the world look like too. So I want to do an activity. So pull out your notebooks and your pens if you don't have them out already. Take a minute or two to write whatever comes to mind, some statements about how you feel about your level of comfort in your own skin. It could be anything from I am insecure, or it could be I see my weaknesses more than my strengths, right? I feel embarrassed when I have to say something in front of a crowd. Whatever it is, just write down a handful of statements that explain how you feel about how comfortable you are in your skin. So if you've just hopped on, we are writing down the statements that explain how we feel about feeling comfortable in our own skin. Do you feel insecure? Write that down. Do you feel like you can only see your weaknesses and not your strengths? Are you afraid to put yourself out there? So All right. Finish those up. And I'd love for someone to share if you feel like you can do that.
I talk too much, so somebody besides me wants to share.
You're good.
I could only think of two.
Okay.
I don't like showing my face on the Zoom.
Oh, bless your heart. You're doing it anyway.
Yeah, I told it not video, but it came on anyway.
We like it. We like seeing your face.
And I don't like speaking up when I'm with strangers. I'm much more comfortable if I know people in talking.
Good.
So those are the
Okay.
two I could think of.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Denise, for sharing. Anybody else?
Well, hello, hey, everyone.
Hello.
I'm not sure how to open up. I wanted to listen for a little while and get a feel for all in the group. I wanted to get a feel for it. So I'm uncomfortable sometimes approaching a new situation.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for sharing. Anything else?
No, I didn't get a chance to write anymore because I'm so busy trying to figure out how to do this Zoom stuff.
You're doing great.
Thank you, because if I see me pushing button, that's me experiencing. Okay.
I love it. All right. Thank you for sharing. All
Thank
right.
you.
Anybody else?
What is this?
I'll go.
Okay.
I wrote down that I actually feel pretty good with who I am. I love talking to other people. I love being in front of people and things like that. And I said I really like me. I feel good even if I don't wear makeup, but I feel better when I do.
Okay.
And I was like, it's so weird when I wrote that down because I'm like, I hardly ever wear makeup. Like I wear makeup when I'm going to be speaking in public, and that's it. Like I just don't like to take the time to wear it. But I feel good when I've got it on, when I've fixed my hair and stuff like that. So I'm like, maybe that's one of the times, rewards I can have instead of wasting time playing a game. I can actually put makeup on and fix my hair or something.
Awesome.
And then I wrote that I'm okay with my body. I don't cringe when I see myself or anything, but at the same time, I know I can look better and I know that I can be healthier. So I'm okay with those aspects, but they can be better.
That's great. Thank you. All right. Anybody else want to share?
I try to hide the parts of my body that I'm not comfortable with. So I wear baggy things around the tummy, and stuff. I only wear makeup if I'm going places. And today I have several places I have to be. So I put on makeup today.
You look lovely.
It's rare. But yeah, I'm uncomfortable with the physical signs of aging. It's hard to accept. Wrinkles, the sagging. I'm getting okay with the gray hair. I went more gray yesterday at my appointment.
Awesome.
But it's hard to see the physical changes getting older. It's hard to accept them.
Yeah.
I liked being young. Like I'm the only one.
But you still look good. So
thank you. Things are a change, and there's things sagging that never sagged before.
Yeah. Well, you're aging gracefully and beautifully.
Thank you.
And I'm not just biased. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Anybody else want to share what they wrote down?
Hi, Tiffany. I just jumped in the call, so I wasn't sure what you guys wrote down.
Oh, great. Yeah. We were talking about what it feels like from our perspective, how comfortable we are in our skin. So we're writing down some of the things that we're not comfortable with. So some are not comfortable being with their face on Zoom. Some are not comfortable talking in unfamiliar situations with new people. So anything, go ahead and write a couple of things if you want to, Christy. We're gonna move on to the next piece, unless you can think of something right away.
Well, I can, but
Yeah, sure.
I am noticing as I'm getting older, I have a lot of wrinkles in my neck that really bother me.
Yeah.
Like my smile, like in my neck and like next to my smile lines. I'm getting more lines and creases that I never had before. So yeah.
All right, you are not alone. Awesome, thank you. All right, anybody else? All right. So now that we've made everybody totally uncomfortable, or hopefully you're feeling more comfortable because you realize you're not alone, let's write a list now. Take those things that you wrote down and flip them and write the positive version of that statement. Whether it's, I am uncomfortable speaking up with people I don't know, just write, I am comfortable speaking up in a group of people that I don't know. This might be really uncomfortable, and that's okay, just trust me. And take another one, write down, I love the way I look. I love every wrinkle because it shows my experience and how I've lived a beautiful, loving, effort-filled life. Whatever comes up. And if you run out of statements to flip, go ahead and write down more positive statements that you want to feel like, that you want to feel comfortable in your skin. Write that down. I feel very comfortable in my own skin. Anyway, I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Oh yeah, someone wrote in the chats, connection isn't safe. Okay, so write down the positive statement of that. Connecting is safe. I am comfortable with connection. Something that resonates with you. Is anyone struggling to write down positive statements? Do you have enough resistance inside that's preventing you from even writing that down?
To make them completely positive is hard.
Yeah, you want to qualify them a little bit?
Yeah, like I don't need to hide my flaws.
Oh.
I don't need to hide them.
Okay, so what's a little step beyond that that would make it even more positive for you?
Like I won't.
Like, I'm comfortable with people seeing my flaws.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of
That makes you cringe. Right, let's reaching for the stars here, right? Let's reach for the stars.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Awesome.
God loves me as I am, so I love me as I am.
Oh, I love it.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yes, yes, I love it. Okay, bring them on. Anybody else want to share their positive statements? Let's do this.
I'm writing that one down, Denise.
Okay.
I love my body and I look really good.
Oh yeah, I love it. Woohoo. Who else? What else? Somebody else might really want to hear your stuff.
Oh, my.
You got one, Donna?
I'm trying to get it out. The words is always there, but when I feel so, I don't know what the word is today. Y'all forgive me today is what I'm gonna ask for. I think I'm having it a little rough, but I wanted to join in and show participant, but I can't get all my things together today.
You're great. You're in a safe place. We love you here.
Thank you. I need a safe place. I need comfort right now, So just listening in is making me feel good. And especially with the other ladies and the things they're saying, sound like me too, So
Indeed.
thank you.
Definitely.
I wrote down, aging is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
My experience and learning show who I am.
Love it. Yes. Write that down, everybody. Anybody who's resonating with that, write it down. Every good thing, write it down. See in the chats, I'm always safe to connect appropriately. Awesome. Oh, Lisa says she's having a rough day too, Donna. See, you're not alone. I forgive and thank my body. Beautiful. Yes. When I was sick for so long, I was so mad at my body for being sick. I thought, what did I do to you? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you failing me? All those kinds of terrible things. And that changed as I learned. I sought those lessons, right? Talking about the journey framework, learning the lessons from our difficult experiences. And I started slowly changing those thoughts to what can I learn from this difficulty? How can I support my body so that it can be there for me, right? The different questions that we ask can make a huge difference. Different statements that we make, these ones right now are so important. I'm going to teach you in just a minute how to really ingrain these positive statements in so that they become a part of you. So anybody else want to share their positive statements?
Tiffany, mine was really similar to someone else's, just that aging is beautiful and it shows my experience and wisdom.
Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Thank you, Christy. All right. All right. Feel free to jump in if you want to share another one, but we're going to start moving toward strengthening these new statements into your subconscious. We're going to create new paradigms in you or strengthen the ones that are just strong enough to actually write down that statement and build them up so that that is what your conscious reality is running off of. Because right now, you look at that negative list, that's what your reality is using for fuel. It's not good. So we want to shift that. So today we're going to teach another technique. So if you remember, a few weeks ago, we worked on the release technique. So today we're going to focus on strengthen. Strengthen is the focus of our body systems, our energy systems, our positive paradigms that we can build up and infuse energy and power into so that they are strong enough to carry us through and create the reality that we do want. With the body systems, if you think about if you ate a little much and your digestive system is struggling, you can think strengthen to infuse more power into your digestive system so that it can handle what you just did to it. You can strengthen your energy systems, that beautiful energy that flows through you to give you life. You can intend with the word strengthen to bring in more energy, to move that energy through you more powerfully so that it can nourish every part of you. When we talk about beliefs and different thoughts and subconscious programs, we can have an effect on those as well. This is part of that process where we identify what truth we want to instill in ourselves. We identify what positive thoughts and energy and outcomes we want to see in our lives. So if that's triggered any additional thoughts, write those down. Any other thoughts that have come that are positive, nurturing, and building, write that down. So if you'll remember with release, we chose a discomfort of some sort, whether it was a negative thought or a heavy, burdensome emotion or a difficult memory or even a physical discomfort. We identified that, and then we thought the word release, and we would breathe. And we would allow that to just let go and resolve inside of us so that we could feel relief and move forward. With this, with strengthen, it's a little bit different because we're actually creating something new. We're lifting up the vibration instead of eliminating a negative one, right? We're strengthening positive things inside of us to build us up and create and lift us up. So look at your list of positive things and choose the first one that you want to feel more real in your life. Choose the one where you want to feel positive and good about that statement. Okay, has everybody got theirs? All right. So looking at that statement, I want you to think the word strengthen. Think strengthen and take a deep breath. It only takes one simple, intentional thought to shift the energy inside of us and strengthen a paradigm. So think strengthen again and breathe. Read that sentence again, look at it again, and think strengthen and breathe. If it helps you to visualize numbers going up a scale, or feeling like you're filling up, or feeling like a light is getting brighter, whatever you can do to integrate another sense into this, right? You're hearing, you're seeing, touch, so forth. Whatever you need to do to help it feel more real, incorporate that. So think through that sentence again and think strengthen and take a nice deep breath. All right. Who's ready to share? Did someone feel that statement becoming more real?
I was working on, I am a good person, I am enough.
Yay. How does that feel now?
Stronger. It's hard for me to just accept it, but it feels maybe I could.
Awesome. So you can revisit that, set an alarm on your phone, right? It says, I am enough. Write these positive statements down for a daily reminder and strengthen and breathe. Because what's going to happen is you will start feeling stronger. That will start feeling more real, but it will also help you recognize things that validate that. Your reticular activator will start recognizing things because you're telling it to look for them. You're telling your brain to look for validation, look for confirmation that these things are real, because that's what you're focusing on. So as you go throughout your day, you will find things that say, yeah, you are enough. And that will, and then reinforce that thought and that new paradigm. And then you can breathe it in and accept it. And you know all the techniques, Cindy. So if you start feeling that resistance coming, you can use release, or you can use the other techniques to heal away the resistance, right? We're taking charge. We're taking charge of our conscious and our subconscious. Thank you. I love that. All right. Anybody else?
I decided to work on a statement from yesterday that came up with me, and it is that I have the desire to want to help people, which that I feel good with, and be successful at it and make money. And that was not so strong. That was something I was resisting. And so I've worked on it, and it feels much better now. Like it doesn't, a lot of the resistance is gone. I still got a little ways to go with it, but I love to help people. But obviously the idea of making money doing it or being successful at it was not very strong. So that's what I've been working on.
Awesome.
You deserve it as much as anyone else.
Yes.
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 I'm going to write that down too, because I had a little bit of resistance when you said that. So
You do.
it's crazy just looking at it in different ways too. So you'll see, I mean, at least for me, I see often that I'll like start feeling really good about saying it one way, and then it'll be said another way. And I'm like, oh, nope, I'm resistant to that way of saying it. So I'm going to strengthen that now, Cindy, too. Thank you.
Love it. Anybody else? Did anybody struggle? I saw a comment in the chat that asking about if a lot of emotions being stirred up is normal. And yes, it is. Because what's happening is you are challenging a paradigm that is what your life is running on. So it's going to be resistant to change. And depending on how strong that resistance is, will determine how big of a reaction you have. Some people might just feel, ugh, that's uncomfortable, or feel some tension in their necks, or feel afraid, or thoughts come up that fight it back, right? But having a lot of emotions come up is another way that our subconscious fights against creating a scenario and a new paradigm that could put us in danger, right? Danger meaning you're going to believe something positive about yourself. That's not a good idea, because you could get hurt. And so our body wants to protect us. And we get to have that conversation back and say, no, really, it's okay. I want to feel better. I know that I'm worthy of good things. I know that I'm enough. I know that I'm a good person. All of these things that we can logically talk about ourselves, but then there's that little thing inside that goes, I don't know. That's just subconscious trying to mitigate your expectations, right? Trying to, don't get your hopes up that something really good could happen, or that you could feel really good about yourself, or you could be, heaven forbid, comfortable in your own skin. Those are just things stirring up because you're approaching something that's strengthening your subconscious, which will in turn strengthen quality of your life and the experiences. Let's see what this other comment is. Yeah, finding truth. Yeah, it is. That is a really good insight, Donna. I love that, because a lot of times we know the truth logically, but we can't feel the truth. And that truth can be about our value. It can be about our power. It can be about how safe we are in the world, how resilient we are, or how much purpose and meaning we have in our lives. We can logically understand, I know I'm a good person. I know I have weaknesses, but I'm trying really hard. I know I'm valuable because I know logically, right? And sometimes you just want to, I know I have power to influence my life. But then there's these little battles that happen to say, but what about this experience? That didn't look like you had much control. Or what about that experience where you just felt awful, and maybe even you made a mistake and made something difficult for somebody else? Those kinds of experiences can really attack us. And if we let them in, then they will burrow in and find their way into our subconscious and get nestled in and start creating our reality. So being aware of these negative thoughts, being aware of these negative emotions that try to pull us down or try to put us in our place or whatever it feels like, let that awareness build. Like we talked about that in some of the previous sessions about writing it down during the week, things that surface that are uncomfortable, things that fight against us, things that try to pull us down, writing them down in our notebooks, and then going back through and healing them, releasing them, letting them go, and letting them just get out of that hamster wheel that is automating our reality. We want to get off the hamster wheel. We want to get off of the negative one anyway. It's a good idea to put these positive statements and these positive beliefs into that automation so that we recognize it. Like we were saying with the I am good enough, we can see that validation everywhere if that's what we're focused on. If we're focusing on, I am comfortable in my own skin, and that's what you're constantly telling yourself and intentionally strengthening, you're going to see that validation. You may not see it today, you may not see it tomorrow, but you might see it the next day. And it will get stronger and stronger. And that is what I call the reinforcement cycle, where if you are on a positive track that goes around and it reinforces the positive thought and then a good feeling, and you bring that in and you hold on to it, that will keep going, and you strengthen it, you intentionally strengthen it, that will keep going. But it's the same thing with these negative thoughts and negative emotions and negative beliefs that try to run our lives. Those will also go in a negative reinforcement cycle, and they will create that downward spiral that takes us where we don't want to go. But that's where most people are. They don't know to get off that hamster wheel. So this awareness and being aware each day of the week about what negative things are coming at you, what the conversations are in your head, how you react to certain situations. These things can help you get that awareness and make a choice. Make a choice to heal away and release the negative things and strengthen the positive, opposing thought, belief, energy, emotion, so that that's what we're feeding, right? There's that story of the two wolves. Which one are you going to feed? The one that leads to destruction or the one that leads to victory and strength? Choose the positive, choose light. That's what gets you what you really want in life. Anyway, we talked about that. We did a list about what do we really want out of life, right? Focus back on that, review that. Look at those things that you really want and actively think about them and heal the resistance and strengthen the positive energy moving toward them. Let me check in with the chats here.
I think that's a valuable thing in a situation like this is that, like Donna said, sometimes somebody will say something that makes a light bulb go on, because they'll say it in a way that hits me differently than I've been able to say it myself. And so it makes the light bulb go on and you're like, oh, you know, one of those aha moments.
Yes, 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 I love it. All right, any other thoughts? Did anybody else struggle to strengthen? And in the chats, there's a conversation about, do I need to release first because there's so much resistance? Yes, 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 yes. If you feel so much resistance, you can't even look at that sentence or feel like you're getting anywhere with trying to strengthen it, then step back and release it first. And remember to ask if there's a lesson in there. If you have so much resistance that you still can't get to it, even after you do some releasing, then ask the question, what do I need to learn from this? What's the lesson in this challenge? What's the message that's trying to get to me through this challenge? And then listen. See if there's something else that you need to learn before you can move past this difficulty. Because we don't want to skip over the lessons. Yeah, there are a lot of times where we can just release something. A lot of times we can just strengthen something. But there are those times where life is trying to teach us something and we want to catch those. So if you feel resistance and you can't just release it away, ask for the lesson, look for the message, and learn what it is that you need to understand so that you can consciously move forward as well as subconsciously. All right. Any other questions? Should we go through another round? Do you want to say again?
Well, I was going to say, I went back and was looking at all the statements I've written down that others have said and stuff and thought, I need to strengthen these too in myself. So I'm now strengthening the ones that other people have said, because those are things that I need to work on in myself as well. So it is like Cindy said, it's really nice to hear other people's thoughts and stuff, because sometimes that might not be where my focus is, but when someone else says it, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to work on that one too. So it gives me more awareness.
Awesome, I love it. I want to invite you to go to the Facebook group. We have that new Facebook group, Serve, Love, Lift. And if you wouldn't mind writing down your positive statements, just in a post, write down all the positive statements that you can think of, ones that you're working on, ones that you feel impressed to share because you think somebody else might benefit from. But Sarah just illustrated something beautiful about working in a group, being able to learn from each other and recognize things that we need help with because somebody else shared that. So I would love for the Facebook community to really be a nurturing space during the week. If you have a struggle, post it up and we can all help. If you have a triumph, share that and we can cheer with you. Because I know that once a week isn't always enough when you're trying to make real changes in your life. So we've created this Facebook group so that we can support each other during the week in a milder, low-key way and be able to help each other through really supporting each other and feeding each other, right? This is going to be a safe place with a lot of uplifting things, a lot of support. And I'd love to just have everybody together in a community there as well as on this call, because this ends up being very active and whether I'm teaching or we're walking through something, but sometimes somebody isn't comfortable sharing in this space, but maybe you'd feel more comfortable just in a post on Facebook in that group. So please, let's continue the conversation there as well. All right. Do we want to go through another round of strengthening? Do you want help walking through more statements? Does anybody?
That will be me.
All
I need a
right.
little more strength.
Let's do it.
So yes, I like that breathing treatment. I mean, that did make me feel good inside, but I'm gonna need a boost.
I love it. What do you need most right now, Donna?
Oh, let's see. Oh, trying to find balance. I'm doing multiple things and working on something really important to me. So I'm needing balance. I'm unbalanced.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do you need balance, or do you need to feel strong enough to do what's in front of you?
That sounds good too.
Okay.
Being stronger, I can, work through these things myself, but sometimes I might need it from others somewhere to let me know that I am, still getting stronger. Sometimes you feel weak and
Yeah.
you know, like, yes, I need to be stronger right now.
Awesome. So what statement would be helpful for us to help you strengthen?
Well, your words that you're speaking is very comforting to me. Uh, like you say, after I leave this hour, I'm gonna be faced back with everything is that's before me. So I'm trying to find balance without making a wrong move or taking a wrong turn, trying to stay on this journey
Mhm.
that I'm trying.
Okay. So what about, let me give you a couple of statements and see if one of them resonates, okay?
Okay.
So I am strong enough. I trust myself to make wise decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in my abilities to whatever, fill in the blank. I can do everything that God puts in my path to do.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do any of those help?
Yes, I'm gonna have to repeat them over and over like 3 times and make it stick.
Yeah, well, and let's strengthen them. Let us help you. I mean, you've got people in the chat that are praying for you.
I need that right now.
All right, well, let's all do that. Let's all, I don't know if I've said this or not before, but our intentions not only can help shift things inside of us, but our intentions help people around us. I mean, you don't even have to consciously intend for your energy to be radiating to somebody else. It automatically does. And you're always radiating energy. So when we sit back and give a specific intention for the energy that we are radiating, especially toward a specific person with a specific need, our intention and our energy, our spirits can lift you up.
Right.
I'm sure you felt that. So
Right.
let's do that. Why don't you focus on one or a couple of those statements? And if everybody wouldn't mind, why don't we all think strengthen and intend that strength for Donna and building these beliefs and building her strength so that she feels strong enough to face her life when she gets off this call. All right. So just go ahead and breathe, strengthen and breathe, Donna. Look at those statements. Think strengthen and breathe. All right.
Thank you.
Does that feel a little better?
Yes, I want to thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, everybody. This has been a great call. Thank you so much for all your thoughts, all your contributions. Again, let's continue this conversation in Facebook and nurture each other and lift each other up. That's the blessing of having people around us that care about us. And this group all has the same intentions: to grow, to strengthen, to become who we're meant to become, to lift each other up on the way. So let's do that together. The Facebook group is called Serve, Love, Lift, and you can easily join, and we can continue to help each other and strengthen each other and lift each other up. If we kind of talked a little bit about accountability partners. If you feel like having an accountability partner would be helpful to you, reach out to somebody. You can reach out to somebody in the group on Facebook, or you can text somebody if you know them. You can invite somebody to the call next week. But it feels like that would be a good idea. Grab somebody that you can work with, you can keep accountable, you can check in with each other every day or a couple days, whatever makes sense, and support each other. I hope you're seeing the chats. Donna, you've got a lot of love coming in. You're a strong, wise woman. We love you. Donna, you got this, girl. This is great. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being on. And we will see you next week. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.